So I just woke up and I was finally able to get out of bed. Let's go see what Paul's up to, why he's not awake yet. Let's go, wake up. Hurry up. So Paul and I rendezvoused yesterday just outside of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And I was in Blacksburg, he was back at home. And met up, drove for about an hour and a half or so. How long did you think we drove? Probably only like an hour and a half, I think. And then we opted to crash here in the Cracker Barrel parking lot. There was an RV here when we pulled up around midnight, and it's now about 7 o'clock. I think I saw it leave around 6:30. Here's my setup. Not too shabby. Paul's setup. I feel like he was hurting. Are you hurting?
The biggest thing is I had to sleep with my knees tucked in the whole night because I'm longer than my car is.
Huh. Well, somehow in my Jeep X-Trail, which is a little smaller, I was able to fit all the way. We'll have to figure something out in yours. Anyway, coffee's on the menu. All right, so we are just now headed out of a McDonald's here in somewhere in northern Pennsylvania. Got some coffee, some pancakes, and now we're headed on the road to a Walmart in Utica, New York, where we're gonna purchase our licenses, pause and get some camping gear, and then we'll be on our way about 2 more hours from there to where our campground is gonna be. So, here we go. So we are now in Utica, New York, outside the local Walmart. Can't really see it. Just stopped at the Bass Pro over there to get some tackle. Walmart for our rations here, which we just got loaded up. Paul's in the car. We're rocking and rolling. Picked up some local IPAs, and we'll be here. Get out of here in a second. We're about 2 hours from our campsite. It is now almost 1 o'clock, so we have plenty of time to get camp set up and mess around while we're out there. But up here, about 2 hours away from our campsite, our campground we're looking at going to. Wally World. All, got anything to say, Paul?
Almost there.
Almost there. It's been a long journey, about 10 hours in total from where I started. Paul started a little earlier, or a little closer than I did. I got the GoPro set up for a time-lapse shot, and maps ready to go, so let's do it. I just sent Paul the maps because he wasn't able to find it, but check this out. 360 photo somebody put up in there. A little lakeside campsite. Yes, sir. So we are now in, oh, nice, it's crooked. We are now in, where are we? This is Spectacular, New York.
Right near Lake Pleasant.
Lake Pleasant, rather. Getting some chow. This cool little lodge area. I always love coming to places like this. Oh, there we go. Moose, capital of the Adirondacks. Super cool. All right, quick stop at the, what's it called? Moose?
Mountain Market.
I keep saying Moose. Mountain Market here in Speculator, New York. The Moose capital, apparently. Oh, I'm all out of focus and super washed out. Oh, there we go. All right, we're headed out. Campsite's about an hour away. Let's do it. So I just turned onto Cedar River Road, and that is the road where our campsite is on, right along the lake. From the entrance there, it's about 12 miles in to where we'll be camping at. It's a pretty rough road, up on the closer end of it towards the campsite, or on the end closer to the campsite. We just pulled onto here, so here we go. This is Wakely Pond. Huh. Alright. Alright, so we just touched down at the Cedar River Flow campground here, and the flies are already kicking. As you can see here on the back of this, well, I don't know if you can see it's them swarming here. It's a little too washed out. Let's see. I mean, they're attacking Paul already. They're going after me, and that's probably the worst part about this region is the bugs. But we just signed the log, just so people know who's coming through, and you know, if you get lost or something like that, your name is in here, as well as your address and your phone number. So, you know, please register. It can save your life. All right.
We're gonna go put some pants on.
So on the map here, we stopped. If this was focus, oh, it's on manual focus. All right, so we stopped right here, right around there at the Cedar River Flow campground area. And we're planning to camp over here in this river, or excuse me, in this region, the Moose River Plains camping area. So judging by the legend here, we have about at least 6 miles, closer to probably 8 miles to go. But it was a good pit stop. We're in here, no service, and the bugs are intense, like camping. So there's trouble in paradise. So the Cedar River entrance is right over there, and pull up to the gate, big old stop sign. Why? Because they haven't finished grading the road yet for the season. I just talked to this gentleman right here who's walking behind me, and he's telling me about how they don't grade the road yet for the season because of the coronavirus. They got back on all that kind of stuff, so it's going to be open soon, but it's not open currently. So what that means for us is that the campsites that we are looking at going to along here in the Moose River Plains camping area are no longer accessible because we'd have to go through that gate, which is right around here somewhere, wherever that P is, all the way down in here to the Moose River Plains camping area, about 7 or 8 miles in. So, I think what we're going to end up doing now is just sitting here and being sad for a second. Got the thermostat going because of the bugs. They don't seem to like it a lot, which is good. So what I'm thinking about doing is just go ahead and going along the Cedar River Flow, and we drove over there a second ago, and it looks like there's a trail that kind of goes along the edge of it. I'm not sure this is a foot trail or if it's like a trail you can drive your vehicle on, but if it's like a Jeep trail, for example, then we'll do one of those campsites that are right along the edge there, and call it a day, and then we'll revisit it tomorrow. So I'm gonna pitch this at Paul right now and see what he says, and we'll get back to you. So Paul and I have decided on this campsite here that we saw on the way in. That's that bridge that we just crossed. We came up around here thinking the trail went this way, but the trail actually goes back over the bridge and back to that Cedar River Road that I talked about here before. But got a fire going, which is super important for these bugs out here. Nice and hot. The wood out here is mostly wet, but got this big log here perched up there. Hopefully it dries out. Some of these logs are kind of wet, but they seem to be burning pretty well. Got it kind of set up a little bit here. Paul is still in the woods foraging, and I'm still getting attacked by bugs even though we have a fire going. And I'm still getting attacked by bugs even though we have a fire going. But yeah, I'm excited to be out here. We finally got here. We've been driving for about, I don't know, 7 or so hours today. No, probably closer to 5 hours today in total. I did 7 hours yesterday, so a long journey from where we started yesterday night, which was like on a whim. So glad to have everything set up here. We're gonna get some food cooked here in a bit, get some beers, and oh, here's Paul.
Hey everybody.
Oh, what'd you get? You see here, I have this big ass log here. It's kind of wet. It was soaking when I picked it up, but I'm thinking if it just leans up against the fire a little bit, it should
yeah, it should be all right.
But yeah, check out our campsite view. Could be worse. If these trees weren't here, we might chop those down. But here's Cedar River Run, I think. Cedar Run. One of those.
River.
No, it's not the river. It's the run.
Cedar Run is the lake. Cedar River is the...
Well, the Cedar Run, rather. This is Cedar Run. Yeah. So what's on the menu tonight is this deer meat that I've been holding on to for, I don't even know how long, since the fall. And I've been cooling it and freezing it and letting it thaw a bunch of times. So this has to get cooked tonight.
So it's probably still good.
Yeah? I think it's fine, honestly. I mean, I always cool it, and it's always, you know, frozen. So here's a quick tour of our camp. Fire. Table. Other table. There's my Jeep set up with all the stuff. And then Paul's there. Sleeping setup. Office. Office chair. Office footstool. Office storage. And nap space. So it's begun to rain, and unfortunately the only place we can seek solace around here is underneath our hatches, as you can see here. Yeah, we knew this was coming. Didn't necessarily know when it was coming. We're ready for it. So this is the life now, because our camp setup is kind of thwarted by that. But water's cool, cannot complain. So this area is absolutely amazing. I just heard the sound of a ruffed grouse. Grouse's wings flapping, and it creates like this sonic boom. You can hear it's kind of like a thumping noise, and that is a human. That is a human owl call there. But yeah, check this out. I mean, in most areas I've been, it's you can hear like planes going over, or you can hear road traffic. Even though you're still pretty far out there, you can still hear it from a good ways away. Even on the Appalachian Trail or Dolly Sods, for example, planes are the big one. But here in the Adirondacks, there's not much going on out here, and not a lot of plane activity, not a lot of road activity. We're about 14 or 15 miles in from the closest town off the trail, so nothing going on out here. It is awesome. We got geese going on all over the place over there. So I think the plan for tomorrow is what we're going to entertain is coming out here, maybe canoeing up that way, or finding a way to go around and kayaking rather, down this way towards where our camp is set up right now. Because there's a little bit of a current going this way, so we might have to like hike the canoes up around, put in, come down, camp over here somewhere. We'll figure it out. But for now,